Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Adriana, and welcome. If you ain't new here and you're used to this face, then thank you so much for coming back to another video, and I really hope that you're enjoying the content so far. I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a while, but since I recently came off holiday, I thought this is the perfect time to do this video, because one thing I really struggle with after a holiday, apart from the holiday blues, is actually trying to function again as a human. Like, I go through it. I find it so hard to just get back to normality. And I don't know why I struggle so much with that, but I feel like surely I'm not the only one that does. I hope I'm not. I definitely feel like I've come a long way. Once upon a time, it would take me, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks or whatever to get back to my normal self. But these days, I just need maybe a few days and then I can get back on track with my normal everyday routine. That leads me in nicely to my first point, which will be take a few days to just do whatever it is you need to get out of your system, whether that's eat a certain meal, I don't know, do an activity that you've been craving doing, watch all the programs you want to catch up on. Like, just get out of your system whatever it is you need to do that doesn't normally align with what you like to do on a productive, healthy kind of week for you. I know that's subjective because everybody's lifestyles are different, but just have 3 days to get yourself together, you know, pause, be still, relax, do the most eating wise, just do whatever it is you need to do, get it out of your system, and then tell yourself after these few days, you're going to get back to it. I know that might not necessarily work for everyone, but I really need that before I start getting back to reality. I just need a bit more time in my bubble before I come back out. I'd say the main purpose of just having those days to just woosah is just to not overwhelm yourself, because I find sometimes it can be really overwhelming, coming from a very intense holiday or a very intense break back to a very intense routine at home. So just ease yourself back into that. I cannot recommend that enough. Once you've had your time to rest, recuperate, or get whatever it is you need to get out of your system, I feel like you'll start to crave that healthy routine again. You'll start to crave structure. I'm saying this, but maybe that won't go for everybody. But I start to get this urge of, oh, I fancy a salad today, or I'm really craving fruit. Like, you'll start to crave the things that you might not have necessarily been eating already. And I think that's the point when you can start thinking, right, it's time to start strategizing now. How can I get back to where I want to be? At that stage, you want to start thinking about how you're going to get back into a routine. If you're someone that doesn't get that craving or that urge to get back to a routine, then I would just start trying to shift my mindset a little bit and start thinking, right, okay, I've had this time to do what I want to do essentially. Now I need to get back to it. Just have those little talks with yourself. It's all honestly very mental, that process, but talk yourself into it and eventually you will be geared up to make a start. And start small. Don't feel like you have to do so much at once. You can start off with small steps and then gradually build yourself up. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about the steps that I take anyway to try and get back into my usual routine. At this point, the Notes app is my life. That's what I use to make note of what I actually need to do for my food shop. And I've learned that I'm somebody that really appreciates writing things down and also planning. Because I do my food shop every week, I've really got into the habit of thinking before I even create my shopping list of what meals I'm going to be making that week. And then that allows me to be really intentional about the items that I am putting on my shopping list, which keeps you within a budget and also also speeds up your shopping process. For somebody who's new to this, it might be a good idea to write down your meals first, so then you have an idea of what it is you want to make, and then after that start thinking about what items you're going to use to create those meals. And don't feel like just because you've written it down that you have to stick to it. You can change things up throughout the week if you see a new recipe you want to try. This is very flexible, but it's just a good way to try and stay on track. Now I know what we need, let's do a food shop. I didn't want to bore you with the whole process, so this is the end result. I managed to get everything that I needed, and I headed home feeling very accomplished because I'd managed to stay within my budget and do my food shop. When it comes to meal prep, I try to meal prep every Sunday. Sometimes I'll do it earlier on in the week if I've got a busy Sunday or a busy weekend, but that's my general routine. This weekend I was making chicken, rice and some broccoli. I like to keep my meals simple, healthy, and most importantly tasty, because I don't have to order out, I want to stick to my meals, so they have to taste good. Something that really helps with me being intentional about the things that I have planned for the day is setting out clothes for those things the night before. So, for example, the gym, I'll set out my gym outfit the night before. Work, I'll set out my work clothes the night before. And that just means that I'm going to save time, but also I'm being really intentional about what I have planned for that day. I think it also helps with just preventing you from having a meltdown. You just come back from an amazing holiday and now you're back to normality, which is quite a drastic step, isn't it? So making things easy for yourself where you can is gonna help a heck of a lot. Before you even get to the gym, start thinking about what it is you want to achieve whilst you're in the gym. Don't just go to the gym and wing it. Try and think about, I don't know, which part of your body you want to focus on, whether you're just going to do a cardio day, whether you're just going to do strength training, whatever it is you want to focus on during that session. Get that ingrained into your head so that when you go into the gym, you have that focus and you know what you're there for. Also, don't underestimate the power of setting an alarm, or in my case, setting several alarms. Since I've sadly fractured my big toe, I'm taking a break from the gym, which really hurts my heart because I was just getting into a really good routine with it before going on holiday. But it's okay, it is what it is, and I've just got to find other ways around it. Even if these obstacles do come your way and you are faced with these challenges, you just have to find ways to still make things work for your routine. So now I can't really exercise all that much. I'm going to focus on more slow, low intensity kind of workouts. So basically walking, that's going to be my life. And I can't even do that much of that because I'm meant to be resting my foot. But at the same time, I don't want to not work out at all. So I've been trying to stretch my legs, move my toes, and just going up and down the stairs at home. And at some point, I also want to build myself up to just doing like a short walk, whether that's a 10-minute walk, a 15-minute walk. We'll see. I don't know. But you just got to keep pushing forwards and focus on that end goal, whatever your goal is. This is actually the first time that I'm walking, apart from obviously leaving the hospital and walking around the house. So walking outside was a weird feeling because I don't know, it just feels different on this type of ground. But I felt like I was walking okay. Watching this video back now, I'm a bit like, was I? But it's really difficult to put all your weight on one leg. So I'm still trying to get used to it. But the most important thing is that I'm doing it. I work full time, so most of my day goes towards that Monday to Friday. But after work, I also like to put in some time to other hobbies and other interests that I also enjoy, whether that's a side hustle or the more creative things that you enjoy doing, whether that's writing, reading. So lately I've been trying to get into a routine of setting a certain amount of time aside for those things, but then also giving myself time to just have downtime as well, because I was finding that I was coming home, pouring into the other things that I enjoy doing, and then realizing that it was bedtime. So I didn't feel like I was ever resting. But if therapy and this broken toe has taught me anything, it's that you need to make time to rest and chill as well. It can't all be go, 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 because there's only so long you can do that for. And then eventually it will be burnout, and we do not want to get there. What you can do is give yourself a cut-off time. I usually say 8 o'clock is my cut-off time. Sometimes I go slightly over if I want to, but I do try to resist doing that just so I can stay in some kind of boundary with myself, you know. And since doing that, honestly, I do feel a lot more rested. Still a way to go because I am somebody that does like to tick things off. So if I can get ahead of myself by pouring in another, I don't know, 3, 4 hours on a project, and that means that I don't have to do it tomorrow, then I will do that. But I'm learning that actually sometimes breaking things up and making them into smaller tasks is actually more productive and also less impactful on my mental health, because the way I get obsessive with it is scary, and I'm trying to learn how to just pause. You're all probably sick of hearing this, but try not to eat too late. That's another thing I would say. And also get to bed within good time, so you're going to get yourself enough sleep to make sure that you're rested and ready for the next day, because you're going to need all the sleep that you can get, especially if you've been anywhere far from where you currently live, because jet lag is real and your body's going to need to get used to your usual times, you know, your usual sleeping patterns. So try and get back in sync with all of that, and your body will thank you for it later. On a good day, I tend to go to bed between probably 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. But sometimes I just tip over into the midnights, depending on where my head's at. But I need sleep, so I make sure that's the priority. And it's okay to have those days that obviously you might go slightly over, that's normal. But in the beginning stages of trying to get back into this healthy routine, I would definitely try to steer away from being up extra late. I think being able to get back into a routine as soon as possible after a holiday is so beneficial, because just being out of sync for a long time can really have a huge impact on your goals. And we don't want that, you know, we want to try and stay on track. So where possible, try and get back into the swing of things as soon as you can. And your physical health as well as your mental health will thank you for it later. It's also necessary to show yourself grace. So when I talk about that transition period at the beginning, that is so important. If you don't need that, then cool, but I need it. And I think that's going to bring me to the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, definitely let me know. Also, be sure to show me some love in whatever way you please. And I will see you in the next one.